Hey, I'm Dr. Michael Lange. We want to age as gracefully as possible, don't we? So is there enough evidence out there that proves that certain specific nutrients, ingredients, or supplements can enhance, our skin, our joints, our hair, our nails? And there's a lot of great science that's come out recently with marine collagen tripeptides, rice ceramides, hyaluronic acid, and there's a new supplement called Dermaval.
Light come on more than normal? It's time to get under the hood. It's time for Ask the Doctor with Dr. Michael Lange. Sponsored by Lange Eye Institute and Fortifeye Vitamins. Dr. Lange is a board-certified optometric physician and certified nutrition specialist, helping people see and feel better through proper nutrition for 25 years. The doctor is in. Call now with your questions at 813-282-8283. That's 813-282-8283. Here's your host, Dr. Michael Lange.
Okay, good morning and welcome to Ask the Doctor, or I should say Ask the Doctors. We're broadcasting live from Salem Media here in beautiful downtown Tampa Bay. And remember, this show called Ask the Doctor is a live call-in show dedicated to you, the listener, the consumer, the viewer. So no matter how simple or complicated your questions are, give us a call and we'll try to answer it to the best of our abilities. And when I say us, it's Dr. Michael Lange. I'm a board-certified optometric physician, a certified nutritional specialist, with my co-host, Dr. Susan Summerton, and she is also a nutritional guru and an optometric physician. And we hail from the Lange Eye Institute in the Villages, Florida, as well as Fortifeye Vitamins. And you can learn more about our nutritional motto, which is right ingredients, right science, right for you, at a website, fortifeye.com. So that's Fortifeye, Fortifeye.com. Now, this is a live call-in show. Like I said, give us a call. We are coast to coast this morning, and we're live video streaming all over the globe. So it could be good morning, good evening, or good afternoon, just depending on what part of the globe you're listening or watching us from. So the live call-in number is 1-813-282-8283. That is 813-282-8283. And you can call from Arizona. You can call from Chicago. Essentially, I think it's a free call on your cell phone, 813-282-8283. Let's face it, most people don't have landlines these days. Good morning, Dr. Summerton. It's great to have you as a co-host as usual.
Good morning, Dr. Lange, and good morning to all our listeners out there. Looking forward to another great Ask the Doctor show. We've got good things coming up today. I know we're going to talk about our upcoming fall festival that we're very excited about, our once a year annual where thousands of people show up at the Lange Eye Institute over here in the Villages. And we look forward, hopefully, when we get to meet some of our listeners in person then too.
Absolutely. It's an exciting event. We have literally thousands of people that show up. Last year we gave out, I think it was 8,000 hamburgers and hot dogs. So we got our grill master there. He'll be grilling lots of good food for everybody. We got the big ice cream truck there. We got lots of dessert, lots of beverages. So the Lange Eye Institute in the Villages, Florida, we're inviting the entire town. People come from a long ways away, because we are doing 35% off all Fortifeye vitamins and 35% off frames and lenses. So now if you want to get a really cool Gucci frame or a not so expensive frame or a Cartier frame or anything, and your expensive anti-glare transition coated progressive lenses, you're getting 35% off. So it's a big day. We have a lot of fun. It's going to be a disco theme this year. So put on your disco outfit. It's going to be a rare occasion to see me wearing platform shoes, 4-inch platform shoes, black bell-bottom pants, a gold satin shirt, maybe a wig, and some jewelry. So come on out for that. It's 10 to 2. That's next Saturday, if I'm correct. That's October 4th. We'll feed you, and we have lots of music, lots of fun, lots of giveaways. And also, you can meet a lot of doctors will be there, a lot of holistic doctors, a lot of vendors will be there. And one that comes to name is Dr. Aram Jiva, and she is great. She's kind of a primary eye care doc based out of Ocala, and she's coming into the Lange Eye Institute now, and she'll be there on certain days. So if you're in the villages and you want somebody to take care of your diabetes, your high blood pressure, your thyroid problem, maybe you're overweight and you want to have some medical guided weight loss, all right? Or you're having some hormone issues, Dr. Jiva takes care of all that. She's big into the holistic approach for the body as well. So she jives with Dr. Summerton and myself really well. So we're kind of excited about having Dr. Jiva on board, aren't we?
We are. We had a nice lunch with her the other day and got to find out some of the interesting and holistic ways she practices. And we really do need another primary care option close by us. We know our patients struggle to find, there's just not enough in the area. So we're happy to bring her there. And like you mentioned, just all the general and then holistic things she does. She even does hormone treatments. I know a lot of my female patients ask me for a recommendation for that because a lot of the reason for dry eye later on in life is hormone imbalances. And so it's complementary to what we're doing as well.
Absolutely. A lot to talk about. We've got a lot of people on hold. Robert first in just a second. But I want everybody to know, I just read, people always ask me, Dr. Lange, what do you do? What supplements do you take? What foods do you eat? What do you do? So I just developed that. And you can go to any of our websites, drmichaellange.com, langeyecare.com, fortifeye.com. And there's a section up at the top of those websites now where it talks about the Lange Wellness and Longevity Plan. And you can just read it online or you can print it. You can get a copy of it at the Lange Eye Institute. So it's called Lange Wellness and Longevity Plan. And we talk about diet. We tell you what foods to eat, what foods not to eat, what foods don't work well together. I give you a 3-day meal recipe plan that has 9 meals and about 12 snacks. We talk about supplements. There's a supplement section, a exercise section, a hydration section, a sleep section. So it's all round up into the Lange Wellness and Longevity Plan. So check it out. We're also going to talk about the missing nutrient in today's diet. That's gamma-linolenic acid or GLA. And we're going to talk about the muscle break myostatin. We got all that to talk about. But first, we're going to call her Robert in Bradenton. Robert, good morning.
Good morning, doctors. Hope you're having a good day so far. Doc, I had called you a year or two ago about double vision. You know, I had loose muscle surgery as a young man, and it never really took, maybe because I didn't exercise the eyes as much. But long story short, I still have double vision when I watch TV. And I did go to my local eye doctor, who actually sent me to a specialist. She wasn't a doctor, but what she told me was that my eyes, rather than focusing in, focus out. Meaning, exercises that with the finger, bringing it in, helps, but not when my eyes go the opposite direction. And it's not something that's visibly noticeable, but and that's the reason for my double vision. And she's telling me that there's nothing that can be done about that. So I want to get your opinion about that.
All right. So, first of all, double vision, we usually want to try to find the root cause of the double vision, okay? And we want to make sure it's not anything serious. Lots of things can cause double vision. Then we want to find out if it's side-by-side double vision or over and under double vision. And then we can determine, which one of the cranial nerves have been affected. And oftentimes it can be trauma that caused it. It can be congenital. It can be a different refractive error in both eyes. It could be, God forbid, something like a tumor or a lesion. It can be an aneurysm. It can be diabetes. It can be thyroid. It can be myasthenia gravis. So you see, there's a lot of things that can cause it. So ultimately, we want to find the underlying etiology. But if you indeed do have double vision and it's causing you to go kind of batty and bananas, going down the exit, you don't want to take the wrong exit if you see 2 exits. Remember, always take the right exit, okay? So you can, or we can, or a competent optometric physician optometrist can do a prism evaluation, all right, where we use certain types of lenses that bend the light, and we have to determine how we're going to bend that light to get rid of your double vision. And we can do that by grinding it into your glasses, and we can always test the waters by using press-on prism first, where we just press them on to your current glasses. So if somebody has not tried that, I recommend trying that. But the problem is it's a real art to do prism refractions correctly. And I don't know of a lot of doctors that even know how to do it or even want to do it.
Well,
So, go on.
No, I'm sorry to interrupt you. I was just going to say that I believe that was done, but what was interesting was it wasn't necessarily a doctor who did the refraction test. But she's the one who told me that based on my situation, nothing could be done.
Yeah,
and by the way, I should mention I only have double vision on like watching TV. Like I'm driving now on the speakerphone, and I don't have double vision. It's really when I'm watching TV. If I close one eye, it's perfect.
Right.
But two eyes, no good.
Yeah, I've never told a patient in my entire life yet that there's nothing that can be done. Never. And so I would probably say it's time to see a good optometrist or optometric physician. Those are the guys that are really great at doing prismatic refractions. And then call around first and ask, does the doctor do the prism refraction or does the technician? And you want to go someplace where the actual optometrist is doing it. And certainly if you get frustrated, you can come see me or Dr. Summerton at the Lange Institute, and we're happy to see you. Dr. Summerton, you want to chime in about the whole double vision arena?
Yeah, and the reason it does go away when he closes one eye, you mentioned that, it's because the muscles aren't working together. So when you isolate one eye, the muscle is fine. So I think to find it in your area, Robert, if you go to the American Optometric Association website, it's AOA.org. And you can go, there is a doctor locator and type in your city. And then under practice services, you're going to look for binocular vision or vision therapy. And then you'll actually find an optometrist that specializes in that.
Okay. Do either of you? I mean, Bradenton, you're I think you're up by Ocala, right? Do you ever come down this way to see patients?
No, we used to have offices in the Tampa Bay, New Tampa and Clearwater area, but about 7 years ago, I got greedy and sold them all. So the Lange Institute is the only location. And that's about, it's a hop, skip, and a jump because I live in Safety Harbor. It takes me an hour and a half from my doorstep to the Lange Institute from Safety Harbor.
Right.
So not that far a drive. And remember, it's almost interstate the whole way.
No, that's fine. My son's in Gainesville. I can see him at the same time. One final question, and thank you very much. Well, I lost my train of thought. If I made this appointment, would I be able to see you?
If you ask, if you want to see me, just say Dr. Lange. If you want to see Dr. Summerton, just say Dr. Summerton.
Okay, perfect. Okay, cool. All right. Listen, thank you very much for your time and talent. I appreciate it.
All right, Robert, take care. All right, you're listening to Ask the Doctors. I'm Dr. Michael Lange and Dr. Susan Summerton, my co-host. If you got a question, give us a call at 813-282-8283. You're listening to the Ask the Doctor Network. We're coast to coast and just a multitude of big cities throughout the country. And I'm going to give you the phone number for the Lange Institute. It's 352-753-4014. That's 352-753-4014. Also, we are closed at the Lange Nutrition Center today in Ocala, and we're closed at the Lange Nutrition Center next Saturday because of the fall festival that we're having. We are open at the Fortifeye Nutrition Center in Clearwater today. So go by and tell Shay hello. All right. And I think we lost a couple of callers. Give us a call back and we'll take your calls. We're going to talk about black currant seed oil in just a second, but let's go to Steve in Clearwater. Steve, good morning.
Remember, family comes first, but I guess it's going to have to come second because I'm the second call today. How's your brother?
Well, he's hanging out with me at the Bay Home, and he's got surgery on next Thursday before the festival, and he wants to come to the festival. I said, nope, you're going to stay at home and recover.
You sure you want to do that? I think it would be good for him to get out with all those people.
Well, I don't know. He doesn't need to open up that wound on his back. That's all he needs. If you tell him to take it easy, he will not take it easy. So I'm going to give him some horse tranquilizers and make him sleep the whole day.
Okay, that's funny. One thing with the gentleman that called earlier, was it Robert? Was that his name? Okay. He was talking about double vision. And my question is this, with double vision. no matter what's causing the double vision, you have two eyes, but you don't normally see two images. You see one image. The brain takes those two eye images and combines them and morphs them into one. Is that correct?
Right. That's binocular vision.
No matter what is anatomically changing your vision in the eye, shouldn't the occipital lobe take that one abnormal image and that normal image and synthesize it into one image, irregardless of what the problem is in the eye?
Well, the brain is a very powerful thing. And usually, if there's not a big difference, a big image difference on the retina, or a big an eye turning left to right, usually you will have fusion, and that's called binocularity. However, many things can cause you to break fusion and have double vision, and a lot of those being disease entities. And that's where the prism comes in, or when you close one eye, it does go away. But oftentimes, the brain will suppress that one image. So if you get double vision, the brain doesn't want to see two images, so the brain will actually suppress that image, but it doesn't happen in everybody. And so, like I said, if you have you're going down the highway and you got two exits, you could be in big trouble. And it depends on your wife or not, or your loved one. If you got two of them, you could be in even bigger trouble. So.
Yeah, it's very interesting the way it works, and why it would do it in one case and for another person it wouldn't. And one final question: the big health issue this week, of course, was the autism controversy in Washington, right? They said that there were quite a few things that showed a link and quite a few things that showed no link, and that is a perfect opportunity when you have a scientific issue you're discovering, and some studies show one link. Show a link and the other ones show no link. It means that there is a secondary variable, not the, which means that you might be able to go up in some studies, find out what's different about the people in those studies, and then you might be able to find some way to intervene. It's a perfect situation to get more information.
I agree. And at least this administration is digging a little deeper and trying to find out some of the root causes for a lot of diseases. Now, I've been talking about autism and milk for a long time. And so that's why I've always preached, when you're drinking milk, either drink goat's milk or A2 cow's milk, because there is some science out there that suggests that an A1 beta casein, that's in a genetically mutated milk, and that's the majority of milk that we're drinking, may be linked to autism, may be linked to leaky gut, cancer, and diabetes. So dairy, try to stay with A2 cow's milk or goat's milk. And there's a book you can read in the milk. And I don't know, but I like to share this with our listeners. So there you have it.
Yeah, well, it's very, very interesting. Because I think Kennedy's doing a wonderful job, but everybody who's against him keeps saying he's not a doctor, he's not a doctor, he's not a doctor. Well, he doesn't need to be a doctor. His job is to organize the scientific community to find the problem. It's just like you use a microphone every week. Can you tell me right now how that microphone in front of you changes sound kinetic energy into electrical impulses?
Oh, absolutely. I have a degree in physics, so well, actually physiological optics. So of course I know that inside out. Hey, Steve, we got to take some more calls, my friend.
Okay, and by the way, I remember that meeting I was going to say to get you on a certain board,
right?
I don't have an answer to that yet. I am having another meeting on a completely different subject, personal, Tuesday, and I will be talking to the same person I talked to before, so a wonderful person to be on that board.
And what was that board again?
I'll explain it to you because I don't think it should go over the air.
Okay. Nope, then don't say it then.
Okay. Okay, very good. God bless.
Take care. All right, you're listening to Ask the Doctor. Steve, Dr. Summerton, Steve always has some interesting comments, doesn't he?
He does. He's a very avid listener, which we appreciate.
And we call him Genius Steve because, they can't measure his IQ. According to Chat GPT. All right. That's an interesting character himself. All right. Give us a call at 813-282-8283. Let's see if I can say that a little bit slower. You're listening to Ask the Doctors. Dr. Michael Lange and Dr. Susan Summerton, both of the Lange Eye Institute in the Villages, Florida, where, by the way, the Fall Festival is next Saturday morning, 10 to 2 at the Lange Eye Institute. We're inviting the entire town of the Villages, Ocala, Gainesville, Leesburg. Heck, anybody and everybody in the country is welcome to come. We'll give you lots of music and we'll have lots of fun. And remember, you're getting huge dames and lenses. So give us a call, 813-282-8283. And remember to check things out at fortifeye.com. And you're going to have to check out something we're talking about right now, the Fortifeye Black Currant Oil GLA. We don't talk about this hardly at all. We don't talk about it enough, but we are going to talk about it right now. But go to the website at fortifeye.com and look for Black Currant Oil GLA. You can see that under dry eye. It's also a component of our advanced dry eye kit made by Fortifeye Vitamins. So I call this the missing nutrient in the American diet. Black currant seed oil is very high in an essential fatty acid called GLA, gamma-linolenic acid, all right? And we have one of the only ones on the market that has 140 milligrams of GLA in one gel cap. The lion's share of the competitors only have 7. The American diet is missing in this. And why is the American diet missing in it? How many times have you eaten black currant seed oil, evening primrose oil, or borage oil? Probably none of you had any of that today. Maybe 1 or 2 of you did. But the whole key with this black currant seed oil is anti-inflammatory for the skin, the hair, and the nails, the joints. It's a beauty type of supplement, but it aids in joint inflammation, and it's amazing for dry eye, dry skin, especially when you combine it with omega-3. It also stimulates something called series 1 prostaglandins, and that's an anti-inflammatory prostaglandin that we stimulate with this, where we don't stimulate it with anything else. So it's a really good way to fight against inflammation in the body. You get the double whammy when you combine omega-3 with black currant seed oil. Dr. Summerton, I'm going to let you chime in before we take the next calls.
It is. We really encourage this as part of the dry eye treatment therapy when we use it along with the triglyceride form fish oil and the lutein, zeaxanthin, astaxanthin combination in our focus, because there was randomized controlled trials that analyzed it for mild to moderate dry eye, giving them the black currant seed oil over about a 12-week period. And they did notice that you increase what we call your tear film breakup time, meaning your tears aren't evaporating as fast. It lowered the OSDI symptom scores, which is basically the burning and the dryness you feel. It decreased what we see when we put that little yellow drop in your eye and it stains those dry dead cells. There was less of that staining, and it decreased the inflammatory markers, and we lower inflammation. We help the surface of your eye and inflammation throughout the rest of your body. And like you mentioned, it does work better in combination. And I really find those patients that are only taking that triglyceride fish oil, first, if they're not taking triglyceride form, they have to switch to triglyceride form. And then, especially if they have dry skin along with it, adding that black currant seed oil seems to be that kind of missing ingredient that they need to really get that tear film quality improved. And we do prefer black currant seed oil over the borage. Borage people oil, they tend to notice gut kind of disruption affecting their stomach a little bit. Evening primrose oil, we kind of say because for more for women, it's been studied more for like breast tenderness with their cycles, not really for dry eye. So we stay with that kind of the one that has been studied for dry eye, the black currant seed oil.
Yep. So look into black currant seed oil and try to get 140 milligrams. Remember, Fortifeye Black Currant Oil GLA does have 140 milligrams in one gel cap, and that is a component. If you get the Fortifeye Advanced Dry Eye Kit, it comes with omega-3, black currant seed oil, and Fortifeye Focus, and you can pick and choose. You can combine Fortifeye Focus and Brain in that instead, just in the drop down at fortifeye.com. We're getting ready to take the call from Tony in just a second here. But I want to, before I take the call with Tony, I just want to give you like a 30-second intro on our next topic, something called myostatin, all right? And we haven't talked about this on the show, I don't think, for years now. So myostatin, or GDF8, all right, is a protein that actually acts as a brake on muscle growth. That's right, a brake on muscle growth. It stops muscle growth. The higher the myostatin levels in your blood, the harder it is to build muscle and to maintain muscle when you're training. And this is one of the reasons you start to get sarcopenia as you get older, because the myostatin levels drop. Well, we're going to talk about how you can increase myostatin levels naturally. And Fortifeye Fit Pro, one of the reasons the Fortifeye Fit Pro works so well at helping to build muscle and lose fat at the same time is because it has specific ingredients that are good at reducing the impact of myostatin. So we're going to talk about that more in a few minutes, but let's go to the phones. I think it's Tony and Donnell. And good morning, Tony. Thanks for holding.
Good morning, Dr. Lange. So I'm calling in basically to give a progress report to your listeners. You already know because you've taken me under your wing and directed me through this whole journey. I started at over 520 pounds. Today, I weigh in at 284.
Wow.
I was
Well done.
270 pounds in high school. I graduated in 1983. I am, 12 pounds away from being at my high school graduating weight.
That's amazing.
And I am on your Fortifeye Fit Pro, your Fortifeye Super Omega 3. I do take your Black Currant seed oil in Fortifeye. Your Fortifeye line is amazing. And if this worked for me, this is going to work for anybody. I mean, the first month that I tried your Fortifeye Fit, it was Fit at the time, the Pro hadn't come out yet. I did zero exercise. I didn't even walk. I would get up, go to the table, and then stay, close to the table, sitting down, unable to move, unable to breathe. The first month of Fortifeye Fit, no exercise, I lost 40 pounds.
Wow.
And that ball has been snowballing since. I sent you recent pictures as of last night when I was working out. My muscle tone is increased. My strength is through the moon. I have energy. I can move. I can breathe. And I really just wanted to thank you for your direction and the products that you produce and put out on the market. And if you're on the fence about it and you've been waiting for a reason to purchase his stuff, this is your wake-up call.
Tony,
everywhere that I post these pictures, these people are losing their mind. They can't believe the transformation, and I credit it mostly, besides my will and sacrifice and dedication and commitment, to your products.
And Tony, I've known Tony a long time, and Tony was a professional bodyguard. He's a big boy. You're about, what, 6'6"?
6'5".
6'5", and strong, but 520 pounds now to what did you say, 280?
284.
You've lost almost 250 pounds.
And
Incredible.
I have you to thank for it, my friend.
Right. I know we've talked many times. I mean, I used to have you send me pictures of your meals and text me it, and we've talked and talked and talked. And as you know, it takes a lot of sacrifice. It takes a lot of willpower. It takes a lot of dedication to get where you're at. You did not have surgery. You didn't take any crazy drugs. You did it naturally. And you know the power of exercise, the proper diet, the right supplements. And the Fortifeye Fit Pro gave you the energy to go to work out, and it gave you the fat metabolism of this particular product. And we're going to talk about myostatin. This is why you're building muscle, because now you're starting to look amazing. I mean, I have to comment, and I have to say how proud I am of you, Tony. You have done it, and you have added another 20 years to your life, because your health was starting to drop. I mean, not only your eye health, but your total body health. And now I think your blood chemistries have just about normalized, haven't they?
Everything is pretty much in check. If something was off, it was off by like 1/10 of a percentage point, and that's an easy fix. I believe my last A1C that I took was a 6.4, and I started at over 14.
Yeah,
I was
Incredible.
a 14 A1C index when I began, and I'm now at like 6.4. So I think, and I went from the severe 3 class of obesity, the most that there is. I am right now zeroing in on, I'm at stage 1 obesity. I am like 2 points away from being overweight, and then another 2-3 points after that, and I'm just considered, hunky.
Oh,
So that's what I'm looking forward. And I want to say too, also, while I have you on the line, nobody does this. Nobody guides you by the hand without monetary gains. And just the fact that you've taken so much time out of your personal life to educate me and reassure me that it was going to work. And honestly, I cannot wait for that Fortifeye Fit Pro meal coming out.
right. The Fit Meal, Fortifeye Fit Meal. We finally have the 5th prototype made, and we're going to have it next week. If we all try it and it tastes good, we finally go to manufacturing, and it is going to help people lose weight, help people become healthier. They won't be anything like it on the market. So Fortifeye Fit Meal is coming soon. Tony, I appreciate the call in. I really appreciate the testimonial, and I'm in your corner until the day I die or till the day you die. Either one. Hopefully that's another 30 or 40 years for both of us.
Yeah, a long time away. And next year, I will take you up on walking down the beach in the Speedo.
We'll have all the news cameras there for sure. Tony, thanks for the call, my friend. I appreciate the call.
Have a great weekend.
All right.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
buddy.
Susan, that is a really nice testimonial, and I've known Tony for a long time, and he had quite a bit of ocular problems related to a lot of systemic health problems, but he is literally a fat burning, anti-aging, muscle building machine right now. And if Tony can do it, anybody can do it. You just have to have the willpower. You've got to have dedication. You got to have sacrifice, and that's a lot of people out there. We help people lose weight all the time, and we're their eye doctors. But remember, we always say the number one thing people can do for their overall health and their eye health is to get down to their ideal body weight. Isn't that true?
It is, and I am quite sure he put a lot of effort into it. And it is an inspiration. And what a significant difference with an A1C in the 14 range. Not only was his health deteriorating, but that's a message going well on his way to diabetic retinopathy and going blind with that kind of A1C. But the fact he's gotten down into that nice 6 range, he's saved his eyesight along with his heart, everything else. Just phenomenal change and well worth that. We know it's a big effort. We know every day you have to get up and you have to tell yourself, you're going to do this. You're going to do something good for yourself every day. I mean, I get up every morning, go to the gym, and there's plenty mornings I do not want to get out of bed, but you just have to kind of make yourself do it. Find whatever motivates you to get there, whether it is changing your A1C, whether it is improving your skin, whether it is being able to go play with your grandkids, just whatever it is. Take that motivation to just know that you can do better for that healthier lifestyle.
So that was a great call. And Tony, if you're listening, we're going to have to get the best before and after pictures and post them on the website as a testimonial. And maybe we'll have your story on there too. All right. You're listening to Ask the Doctors. If you have a question regarding your vision, eye care, or a nutritionally related topic, give us a call at 813-282-8283. That's 813-282-8283. And Tony did it by starting out on Fortifeye Fit, and now he's on Fortifeye Fit Pro. And there's definite science. If you go to the website and then go to Fortifeye Fit Pro and go to the science section, you can see all the studies. You can see all the science. Proof is in the pudding. These combination of nutrients not only help you build muscle, but they help you lose fat. They give you energy, endurance, okay? So this is very crucial for any of us at any age, but especially as we get older. A lot of you that are listening and watching this show, a lot of you are in the Lange Institute waiting room watching this right now. And so as we mature, and maturation starts at day one, but I'm talking 60 and above, we start to lose muscle tone, okay? No matter what you do, you lose this muscle tone. And a big culprit of that is what we were talking about a minute ago, myostatin. Remember, this is a protein in our body that kind of goes up as we get older, and it acts as a brake on muscle growth. And so what do we do to help fight against this, to help build muscle at any age, right? So there's some specific nutrients out there. And two nutrients, before I talk about the real nutrients, two nutrients that have some indirect effect are dark chocolate, the darker the better, and green tea, even matcha tea. So super dark chocolate that has very low calories. And Dr. Summerton and I were just talking about this. We need to develop a chocolate that has allulose in it and maybe some sort of anti-nutrient that has essentially no calories, no carbohydrates, but is delicious. We got to work on that, Dr. Summerton.
We do. We're always looking for a nice little healthy treat because we always want that little special chocolate or whatever it is. And if we can make it healthy, then we're all the more reason to, in moderation, have it on a daily basis.
Well, just the dark chocolate by itself is going to have health benefits, especially on myostatin. And then if we add the allulose, remember, this is a rare sugar that has essentially no calories that also gives you a full sensation and can help with gout. So even if we only did allulose and dark chocolate, it would be a win-win. Maybe we could put some tart cherry and cherry flavor in it too. But let's talk about some of the ingredients that are actually in Fortifeye Fit Pro that have been shown to help fight against this myostatin protein. So creatine, we talk about creatine. Creatine is on fire right now. Everybody's talking about creatine because not only is it good for your muscles and good for energy and strength, but it's good for the brain. It's good for the cognitive ability. It's good at helping to reduce concussion syndrome from any trauma to the brain. It's good at fighting against dementia. So maybe all of us should be on creatine. The only problem is most creatine, not to knock China, but I'm gonna, comes out of China. If it doesn't say Creapure creatine or Creavitalis, but Creapure is German and Creavitalis, the same company. Those are German creatines. Those are the best. You pay a little bit more, but that's what we have in Fortifeye Fit Pro. Creatine has been shown to reduce myostatin levels. HMB, specifically my HMB, and whey protein, grass-fed, non-denatured whey protein, also plays an impact on myostatin levels. Then we have betaine anhydrous, vitamin D, and even collagen peptides also reduce and suppress levels of myostatin. And then indirectly, L-citrulline, which is a vasodilator amino acid, actually stimulates nitrous oxide, and peak ATP, which is adenosine triphosphate. These both enhance training and intensity of your training, so you train harder and more effective workouts, and this lowers your myostatin. So intense training also lowers myostatin. So when you take all of these together, all of these ingredients, creatine, MyHMB, whey protein, betaine anhydrous, vitamin D, collagen peptides, L-citrulline, and peak ATP, that is Fortifeye Fit Pro. Folks, there isn't anything like it on the market. We worked on it for years and years and years. It's been out for about 4 years now, and we revised it. The new formula is out now, the new strawberry watermelon, and we're coming back with pina colada still soon. So remember, together, these ingredients in Fit Pro provide a kind of multi-pathway synergy at reducing myostatin, fueling protein synthesis, strength, and recovery. Now, some of you out there are not going to eat this because it does have dairy in it. It has whey protein and it has collagen protein from grass-fed bovine. So some of you that are vegans, we do have an option for them coming up now, don't we, Dr. Summerton?
We do, and I am super excited about that because I'm personally off dairy for 6 months and I'm eating the vegan protein. And I really want to add that creatine and HMB to that to give me those benefits of the one thing that you just said to lower that myostatin and all the other benefits that come along with, I mean, creatine especially is super hot right now for everybody. We used to think, well, I used to think, and I'm sure a lot of other people out there, that was just for the bodybuilders. And I kind of wish I'd gotten on the creatine bandwagon soon because the benefits for your brain, your vascular function are just amazing. The studies that are coming through, coupled with the HMB, is just a phenomenal way to really help your brain and your overall body stay in shape and really have that energy that the brain and the muscles need.
Right. And we're going to have that available at the Lange Big Fall Festival this next Saturday. It will be in. It's going to come in, I think, on Thursday or Friday. And it's the Fortifeye German Creapure creatine, MyHMB, and vitamin D, all at therapeutic levels, unflavored. You can mix it in the vegan protein if you're vegan, and you have a delicious muscle building, myostatin lowering, anti-aging drink. Remember, Fortifeye Fit Pro was developed to remove the brakes on muscle synthesis, on the muscle growth, take those brakes away by suppressing myostatin. It provides the raw materials for muscle repair and recovery. It supports strength, endurance, performance at any age. So you can take it if you're 15. You can take it if my mom takes it at almost 98. And it protects against sarcopenia. So all of you that are over 60 now, you want to stay strong. You want to stay active. You want to stay independent. So give Fortifeye Fit Pro a try. You can get it at the Lange Eye Institute. You can go to fortifeye.com. And if you don't like it, I mean, I give you your money back. It's as simple as that. All right. We're getting ready to take some phone calls here in just a second. Remember, go to fortifeye.com, Fortifeye, fortifeye.com. You check out Fortifeye Fit Pro. Also, check out the Black Currant Seed Oil we talked about. Remember, the missing nutrient in the American diet is the black currant seed oil, or basically it's the GLA. And like Dr. Summerton just said when she was talking, GLA is, I said, was the missing nutrient, but she said the best source would be black currant seed oil. And she told you why borage oil and evening primrose oil is not ideal. Now, when we talk a little bit about dry eye, we always talk about using lubricating eye drops. We talk about lid hygiene. We talk about hot compresses. We talk about taking something like black currant seed oil with omega-3, or better yet, the advanced dry eye therapy. So check that out as well. Advanced dry eye therapy at fortifeye.com. And remember, we're getting ready to take one more call here. But remember, I go over almost all of this in detail in the Lange Wellness and Longevity Plan. So simply go to fortifeye.com, langeeyecare.com, or drmichaellange.com. And there's an icon at the top, and it says Lange Wellness and Longevity Plan. And we go over the Lange Survival Diet, nutritional tips, 3-day meal plan, hydration, sleep, exercise, and supplements, all on that. And it's free to read. It takes you 5 minutes to read it. All right. What is the best probiotic for stomach issues? So that is somebody chiming in. I might let Dr. Summerton chime in on that a second, but we've done a lot of research on that, and it's a combination of a multitude of different probiotics, many strains, but we also add prebiotics so the probiotics survive. And the Fortifeye probiotic, we also add enzymes, and we add some minerals that make it all work together. And this is made by the top enzyme probiotic company in Minnesota. So check out Fortifeye probiotic bacteria at fortifeye.com. Look at the research in the science section. But Dr. Summerton, this is an area we really need to discuss more, because the gut health is so important. The microbiome is so important. If we don't have a healthy gut, I mean, we age more rapidly, don't we?
It all begins in the gut, and what we eat, what we do affects the gut. And it is harder these days with our food sources to get that good food and less toxins. So we just, unfortunately, it takes a little bit more effort these days to keep that healthy gut. And one of the things is the different type of fibers, getting enough fiber in your diet, which again, that's kind of most Americans don't get enough fibers, and we want to make sure we keep the gut flowing. We want to get everything moving through there. Part of the problem with the GLPs, if they stagnate that, and that gives those side effects. So we want to make sure we're getting enough fiber, getting enough protein. If you're on antibiotics, you're killing the good bacteria. A lot of people get put on antibiotics. So we want to make sure we give them good probiotics to encourage that good bacteria growth after. And prebiotics, a nice little prebiotic. I actually have chicory coffee. Chicory is a great prebiotic if you like that, to add that in your diet too.
Yep. And you can always go to fortifeye.com and look at the Fortifeye probiotic bacteria, but also consuming more fermented foods, kimchi, sauerkraut, kefir, yogurt, preferably yogurt and kefir from goat or sheep. All right. And you can get that at some of these specialty stores because these have the probiotics already in them. All right. So hopefully that answers that. We're going to go to some calls now. Let's go to John in Clearwater. John, thanks for waiting patiently.
Good morning, Dr. Lange. I've had some stomach issues, and you were talking about the probiotic, and I'm in Clearwater, so you do have that at the store I can buy, correct?
Absolutely. You can go by the Fortifeye Nutrition Center and look at the probiotics. I would take 3 at bedtime. And you may want to consider also, and we have a package where we add the enzymes also at a discount, and you take the enzymes before 5 minutes before any cooked meals, okay?
Yes, I have your enzyme. I have your Supermax Omega. I have the, what else? The multivitamin.
Right.
And the curcumin and turmeric combination. So those I bought recently, and I'll be going back to the store to get the probiotic. What does it come? 60, 90?
Yeah, I think there's 90 in a bottle.
Great.
And you take three a day at bedtime on an empty stomach works ideal. And then also, if you get bored, just go to Google Lange survival diet. And then when you go to shopping at the grocery store, just print that out and only buy the fruits and vegetables and things that are in the Lange survival diet, because we've taken out all the foods that have lectins, phytic acid, gluten, FODMAPs, protease inhibitors, oxalates, all the anti-nutrients that cause digestive issues and bloating. So if we go on that diet combined with enzymes and the probiotics, then let me know how you do.
Okay, awesome. I appreciate all your help. Thank you. Great show.
All right, John, take care. And then obviously, if people are having, stomach pain, you obviously need to see your physician. What we talk about in this program is for educational purposes only, never replaces a medical evaluation or an eye evaluation. So there's nothing wrong with seeing your doctor. But if you want to see an eye doctor that's in tune with nutrition, Dr. Summerton is one of the tops in the industry. She has more initials after her name than I do. So Dr. Susan Summerton, who also has been co-hosting Ask the Doctor, she's a national lecturer. She's a political I shouldn't say a political activist, but she's in politics and eye care, and she's the top dog, and she's my eye doctor. So call the Lange Eye Institute at 352-753-4014. That's 352-753-4014. And remember to check everything out at fortifeye.com. And follow me on Instagram. And there's only one real Instagram. That's Dr. Michael Lange _ Dr. Michael Lange _ We got about 250,000 followers, trying to build it back. Follow me on Instagram. Only that Instagram. All the rest of them are fake. All right, Dr. Summerton, you want to chit-chat a little bit before we get off the air? We got about 1 minute and 10 seconds, so you got plenty of time to close.
Well, we just want to remind people this myostatin is something kind of been working on in studies. They're trying to prevent sarcopenia, produce a drug that will stop that. But we have available a natural solution right now with what we mentioned, the resistance training, the dark chocolate, the green tea. and most importantly, the creatine and the HMB. And so with age and just over time, your hormones decline. That affects the myostatin levels, makes those increase. So we're just trying to help naturally help you where you're going to retain those muscles, because we know if you have more muscle, you're going to live longer. Plenty of studies now, which muscle is mostly referring to the leg muscles, you live
Gotta go.
longer. But overall, you're going to be happier, healthier, and more active and enjoy your life more. And that's really what matters. We know you want a long life, but you also want high quality life. And we got
All
to work
right,
at it, and we're here
everybody.
to help you.
Thanks for tuning in and listening to Ask the Doctor. I'm out of here.